My dad took my brother. My mom took my sister. And I was left behind in state care. Years later, they all came back wanting a place in my life. The message landed like a punch to the gut, shattering 20 years of carefully built peace. My brother, the one who left me behind, wanted back in. But the little girl they abandoned? She was long gone. In her place stood a woman who had clawed her way out of the wreckage and built a life they could never imagine. And trust me, getting here was nothing short of an emotional war. You see, for the first 8 years of my life, my name is Goldie, and we were just a normal family. We had a brick ranch house in suburban Chicago, a tire swing, and a golden retriever named Rusty who chased us kids until we collapsed in giggling heaps. My dad, Jack, smelled like sawdust and mint gum, strong and comforting. My mom, Diane, had a laugh that would shake her whole body, and she'd let me brush her dark blonde hair 100 strokes, just like a princess. Noah, my older brother, was my protector. He taught me to ride a bike, cheering me on until I found my balance. And Sophie, my little sister, with her wispy curls and stuffed elephant, Ellie, followed me everywhere. Her biggest fan as I read her bedtime stories. Our home wasn't fancy, but it was ours. Glow-in-the-dark stars on my ceiling, yellow curtains my mom sewed, mismatched chairs Dad rescued and refinished. Sundays were for pancakes. Dad flipping, Mom slicing fruit. Noah sneaking chocolate chips into the batter with Sophie as his co-conspirator. I was the serious one setting the table, feeling so grown up. Summers were trips to Lake Michigan, building sandcastles, Mom reading paperbacks, Dad teaching us to swim. Nights ended with melting ice cream cones and skies painted in watercolor. My 8th birthday party had a rainbow cake, balloons, and friends playing freeze tag. Dad set up the sprinkler, Mom took pictures. I felt so special, so loved, completely oblivious that this would be our last celebration as an intact family. Looking back, the small signs were there. Dad's work fluctuating, Mom's tight smile at bills, hushed conversations. But kids don't notice until it's impossible to ignore. Our home felt secure, filled with magic. I believed our foundation was as solid as brick walls. I didn't know foundations could crack, or that I'd be the one left behind. The first rail crack happened when Dad lost a major contract. He came home face gray with defeat. Mom sent us kids to the basement, but their voices carried. How could you have banked everything on this one job? Mom's voice was sharp, accusatory. It was a sure thing, Diane. Dad boomed back, raw and defensive. That night, I heard Mom crying in their bedroom, stifled sobs. Dad slept on the couch. Breakfast was silent, the tension thick enough to choke on. Mom started taking extra nursing shifts, leaving before we woke, returning after we were in bed. Her absence left a hollow space. Dad tried to fill it, but he was distracted, constantly on the phone. One night I overheard him. I don't know how we'll make the mortgage. Savings are gone. Diane's shifts barely cover utilities. The fear in his voice made my stomach twist. Noah withdrew, his door closed, no more baseball. I'd catch him staring at his glove, longing in his eyes. Sophie started having nightmares, screaming about monsters. I'd crawl in beside her, stroking her hair, whispering reassurances I wasn't sure I believed anymore. Our parents were too wrapped up in their own struggles to notice us splintering too. Christmas that year was a ghost. No tree, no presents. Just a small silent dinner. In January, my grandparents visited, offering help, but Dad's pride refused. We'll figure this out ourselves. Dad started drinking more and more. Mom became emotionally distant. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.